So you just enjoyed your beach episode and I know what you're thinking. Get your mind out of the gutter, you pervert. We don't have time for that. We have an incel to deal with. And it looks like this is the acid throwing type. It's the first thing you see when you research violence against women. Looks like we have some wardrobe malfunctions and the girls don't seem to notice. You know, you can really learn about men based on how voyeuristic they are. But you're a good boyfriend, and you actually respect your girlfriend's privacy. Well, now you've done it. You know your actions have consequences. Now that the women know that they're desirable, they're not going to settle for a loser. It doesn't matter how nice Neckbeard is. In this case, all you need to do really is to play it cool. But not everybody can be a Chad, especially as you hit puberty and you start to develop these weird fetishes. You know, the adults could probably intervene and educate you on safe sex. But this is something we should probably just let nature take its course.
I'm triggered.
Oh, I guess the girls decided to adopt third wave feminism. Come on guys, it's a team effort. Chatsuru can't bang all the girls alone. That's why wingmans exist. And you can't be the wingman because you have to stay loyal. Just look at you. What a good boyfriend. Meanwhile, Cuckboy adopted the dankness from the internet and has become a grade A troll, using logic to bring people together. What a fucking misogynist. But it seems to be working as Stacy starts to think more inclusively. So she goes out with Chatsuru, and it looks like she's fully cheating on Neckbeard. You see, this is what happens when you spend your time and energy trolling feminists. Speaking of feminists, Ichigo's obsession for you starts to become unhealthy. When you can't have what you want, you start to confide in others suffering from the same affliction. You don't want that. If you want to better yourself, you have to be with people that are willing to better you and not bring you down. We need to save Ichigo before she becomes a blue-haired self-hating freak. Oh, well now that's some symbolism. Of course, it's much easier to have a mob mentality, and it looks like they're trying to recruit your girlfriend. But good thing your girlfriend was born in the dankness.
You never see it coming. You see that my mind is the best for eyes. You're but the time is hit you, you're not surprised.
You know what's better than trolling feminists? Trolling feminists with your significant other. You know, you can keep going on traditional dates, but the point of a relationship is to enjoy the time that you have with your girlfriend, partaking in activities that you both enjoy, like suicide. This bitch, I swear to God. Meanwhile, after some self-reflection, it looks like we came to this conclusion, that men and women are different. They think differently, and that's the point. But we all deserve to be treated equally. But our biological purposes might lend to some issues with the opposite sex. So in the end, we need to do something innovative, and that's compromise. Men need to learn that sexual harassment is bad, but sometimes a little flirting can be fine. I mean, our penises can't help it if we think women are attractive. Just don't go overboard. After all, they're people, not objects. And women need to learn that it's okay to be sexy. But if the boys cross the line, then girls should be confident enough to tell them to stop without repercussions. We can only fly if we work together. Because in the end, a bird needs 2 wings to soar the skies. So men and women finally learn how to compromise, and you know what you're thinking. Looks like you're still in a healthy relationship with your girlfriend, and you enjoy sharing your hobbies with her. But not everyone can be in a relationship. Some people are still looking for the one. Others would rather delve into their hobbies, or maybe they found the one but circumstances are preventing them from acting on their feelings. The point is, not everyone can be happy, but you have to do your best to make your girlfriend feel special.
Oh my fucking god!
Meanwhile, Cuckboy is still trying to get Ichigo to like him. I mean, he's doing his best to follow my guide, but it's just not working. There's probably a deeper issue here, possibly stemming back from his childhood. After all, people aren't born to be cucks.
It gets bigger when I pull on it.
Life can be unfair. Sometimes you can work just as hard, But remember, if you ain't first, you're last, and only you can better yourself. But it takes time to change your ways. But the first step is to definitely open up about your feelings to the people that you trust. Meanwhile, another incel has appeared, and this one is too intelligent to get laid. With a huge brain that's filled with nothing but pseudo-Darwinism quotes, summaries of Friedrich Nietzsche, and worst of all, using a thesaurus on his hermeneutics thesis to rationalize why women are mean. These incels are tough to argue with, as they use textual elitism to strawman their way out of reason. It's going to take more than these two dumb fuckers to defeat him. It's going to take someone just as pathetic as him to challenge his mind. But all incels are naturally cucks, so what can Cuckboy do?
Does not compute.
Of course! Incels can't understand love. After all, love doesn't come from words, it comes from feelings. Good job, Cuckboy. Your unrequited love has saved the day. Is what I would say if you were dealing with the average I am very smart incel. No. I've read the scriptures of these higher beings across various image boards before, and I didn't want to believe it, but it looks like we're fighting Wojak. Whomst is the smartest of all the incels. You can't defeat Wojak, Cuckboy, because in the end, the two of you are one and the same. Because he knows that feel, bro. That feel when you will never be with the person that you love. Life is unfair, and Cuckboy is not intelligent enough to sustain a consciousness inside Wojak's gray matter. So to keep the last of his dignity, Cuckboy has decided to put an end to it. Oh yes, me. Cuck. Ichigo? What? But why? Wait a minute. But it takes time to change your ways. But the first step is to definitely open up about your feelings to the people that you trust. Did you actually talk to her about him? You're a fucking homie. Uh-oh. Wojak doesn't like this logical fallacy. He can't comprehend this connection. No femboy should want to save this cuck, but yet, here you are. The cognitive dissonance is too much. Today's the day. It was a long time coming, balancing your work, studies, and your sex life. You finally managed to graduate high school, and all your hard work is going to pay off because your admission letter came back today and you're going to college. It was always your dream as a young Aryan hailing from the rural lands to enter an Ivy League university in the big city where you can study to get your dream career to support your poor Christian family. And it also seems like all your friends got accepted, even the fat neckbeard. I guess he won a scholarship from competitive eating. Meanwhile, after a few weeks of dating, you start to notice that your girlfriend isn't as passionate as she used to be. She doesn't smile around you anymore. There's a possibility that she might be bored of you. That generally happens when your relationship gets too secure, like you're on a plateau. After all, you can't reach new heights on a plateau. Now we don't know if that's true or not. See, that's the problem with women. They want you to read their minds. You can speculate all you want, but remember, you're her boyfriend, not her babysitter. Maybe she can solve her problems on her own. If not, then just be ready when shit hits the fan. Meanwhile, you and your friends are visiting the big city for college orientation. The one day where you can visit your college and sometimes stay over the dorm rooms to party. Looks like Normie over here was out drinking all night and got locked out of his dorm room. We all get into our crazy adventures when we get a little drunk. So he wakes up in bed next to an old lady. Whatever you're into, I guess. Anyways, turns out that old lady is a professor at the university where she teaches Marxism and political science. As a good Christian boy in the pursuit of higher knowledge, he listens to her attentively, but then she starts to blame all of society's problems on him because of the color of his skin, and that gets to the little guy. And before he is able to have an open discussion to freely exchange ideas, the KKK thought police comes in to further indoctrinate the poor normie over here, and now he's a proud member of the working class for our beautiful Marxist society. What do you think the K in the KKK stands for? So you're a proud member of the proletariat and I know what you're thinking. Well, your relationship has gotten more awkward. Now she refuses to talk to you. A healthy relationship stems from good communications from both partners. There's really nothing that can be done. Such problems are internal. But while that's happening, Chatsuru is suffering from opioid withdrawals. Looks like he got addicted when he was a child. And he got the drugs from you? No wonder he fucked your girlfriend. Chatsuru's withdrawal starts to affect his current relationship with Daikuno. So they finally break up. Liberated from her Chad boyfriend, Daikuno can finally explore her sexuality with her crush Ichigo. But that was the undercard. It's time for the main event.
We usually call him a neckbeard, but his name is actually Futoshi.
Throughout his childhood, Futoshi was afflicted with a disease known as compulsive overeating.
Now he's overweight, so we lovingly call him Fatoshi. But even though Fatoshi was considered undesirable by pretty much everybody here,
He met a kind and beautiful soul.
her name was Stacy and the two started dating. Stacy was really ignorant, so she saw Fatoshi's nice and creepy gestures as desirable.
And the two had a healthy relationship of poor eating habits.
だからこれからもずっとパートナーでいるって約束してくれないかな心さん
But there was a disturbance in the Beta Force. Along came a challenger, a masculine man, the alpha male, a god with a cock of thunder. That man was Chatsuru.
And unlike Fatoshi, who would usually put Stacy on a pedestal and worship her like a goddess,
Chatsuru did the impossible and treated Stacy like an equal while also making her feel inferior. And you'd think it wouldn't work, but it did. Stacy was clearly cheating on Fatoshi, and as a good Christian woman, she decided to break up with him.
Thereby destroying his perfect world. Fatoshi can't accept the fact that he lost his girlfriend due to his own inadequacies. This feud has gone on long enough. These two are out for blood. It's gonna be a good fight. Maybe the fight of the century. Let's get ready to rumble! Yeah, he wish.
You win. Perfect.
Meanwhile, it's time to put this new relationship to the test. It's another incel, and this is going to be a bit controversial. After all, he is a beloved public figure. But this pedophile was last seen sexually assaulting a little boy, and he harasses underage teenage boys to get their dicks out over Twitter. Yeah, that's right, we're fighting the presidential candidate Harambe, and he needs to get shot. Wait a minute, why the fuck did you give the gun to the guy with the drug problem? He also just broke up with his girlfriend. You're just asking for a school shooting at this point.
Angela, I need healing.
Chatsuru has finally done the impossible. He opened up to a girl. Of course, it all makes sense now. You can break up with as many girls as you want, but nothing will ever hurt a Chad more than to lose his best bro. And that's something that can never be replaced. Stacy can never be Chatsuru's bro, but she can try to fuck his pain away. No, that's enough. Sex isn't going to fix Chatsuru's bro, Ken Hart. But there's something about Stacy that soothes Chatsuru's soul, and I think the two finally found what they were looking for. Take your stinking paws off me, you damn dirty pedophile. So, Chad always wins, and I know what you're thinking. It's time we visit the cornerstone of white America, a liberal arts college. You know how we have our own traditional Aryan beliefs, where we only breed with other Aryans? Well, obviously, you and your girlfriend are an exception. But the point is, these liberals believe in a multicultural society, where they will breed and reverse engineer all these different ethnicities until they all become white. That way, they can be white and still get college scholarships, which is blasphemous to our communist belief of segregation and racial purity. And these ideas are being spearheaded by these liberal arts students led by your girlfriend's possibly gay cousin. For now, we will call them the Soy Boys. Meanwhile, Fatoshi is in denial that he broke up with his girlfriend. He still thinks he has a chance since Stacy smiled at him. But unfortunately for him, she still has eyes on Chatsuru. But Chatsuru isn't satisfied in a monogamous relationship. He wants more, but that's not going to stop Fatoshi from trying to get fit. And he's not patient enough to go natty, that's for sure. Is he going to make it, bruh? Meanwhile, it's time we learn the truth about your girlfriend. We've had many theories on why she's been acting cold and indifferent towards you. Maybe she was on her period. You know, the thing that makes no biological sense but you have to deal with it? Or maybe she cheated on you and felt guilty about it. But the truth is, she's a college dropout. Have you ever wondered why she looks so different compared to her gay cousin? Because she was supposed to be a soy boy. But she wanted to keep her individuality and her uniqueness. Unfortunately, society wanted her to conform.
しっかりして02。君がなんでそんなに人間にこだわってるのかわからないけど、02は02だよ。どこで生まれたんだとしても、角も牙も問題じゃない。You're fucking a white male!
When your girlfriend gets outcasted and is treated differently for so long, she starts to believe that she was the problem. And she tried her best to accept who she was. But in the end, she's alone. She'll always be alone. Unless she becomes something that she's not. And this isn't something you can fix with encouraging words. This is years of trauma, maybe a decade. The truth is, there's nothing you can do. You've changed for her, you accepted her, and you love her. But it doesn't matter how you feel. If she doesn't love herself, then she'll never be happy. Remember when I told you to be ready when shit hit the fan? Well, you're the fan. And you just got hit with some heavy shit.
I can't stop eating. I eat because I'm unhappy. And I'm unhappy because I eat. It's a vicious cycle.
Yes,